video is going to show you how to install the BJ's full-size Jeep parts, roof rack grommets and screws, as well as the roof rack gaskets under the feet. And those are right here. The first step is going to be to remove the roof rack screws and grommets. They're going to be 6 per side for a total of 12 screws and 12 grommets. And then you're going to have 6 gaskets underneath the feet. And ours has the headliner removed for a replacement, and I'll go ahead and show you what they look like on the inside. So those are what your screws and grommets look like when they're installed. What happens is the screw goes through the grommet and there's a captive nut, and as you tighten it, it pulls it up and it squishes it out, and that's what seals it. So we'll go ahead and get these guys removed. The question we often hear is, when should you change out your roof rack gaskets? And this is usually a pretty good sign when you can see that it's broken and pieces are missing. So this guy, you can actually bend out. And so when that's gone, it allows this to wobble more, and it also will allow more moisture to get underneath here and increase your chances for having a leak. Now I prefer to change them out all on one side. That way you get all 6 out, and you can just deal with that side and lift up the roof rack. Change them out, put them back down, and then you can go to the other side. And at BJ's we sell the grommets, we sell the gaskets for the feet, we also sell the screws if you need those for the grommets. So we try to set it up so that we can accommodate whatever way you need to replace them. There we go. Okay, so here you go. You can just lift that up. And then you'll need to pry this guy loose, which on ours, looks like there's some gunk underneath there as well. And then each of these, sometimes you do have to pry those guys out or use a tool to remove them. Just be careful that you don't damage the paint. A little better shot here. And we'll go and use a pair of needle nose pliers. Alrighty. And that is what our old one looked like. It had already separated, which means it was letting more moisture inside on top of the headliner. So we'll go ahead and get the rest of these replaced, and then we'll show you the reinstallation. And sometimes it might be a little bit easier to remove from the inside if you already have your headliner down. There we go. With the old grommets and gaskets removed, now we can go on to the reinstallation. And so you just simply lift it up. You set the new grommets directly into the holes, and they have a captive nut inside of them. And when you start tightening it, it will make that nut start to pull up towards the roof, and it'll expand out and it'll seal it properly. The other thing we'll be installing is the roof rack gaskets, and those go directly over the same holes, and then it slides down on top of that. And you're going to want to get all of these in place before you start tightening them down. And they are labeled as to left front, left center, left rear, and right rear. Now that we have everything in place and all of the gaskets lined up properly, I like to go through and just gently start each one of the screws from back to front before I do a final tighten. So that way we know that everything's in place, the gaskets stay aligned. We'll go ahead and move to the center section on the driver's side. And again, before you do a final tighten, make sure the gaskets are fully seated correctly around each one of the feet, because you don't want to end up cracking and breaking anything. Okay, and with each one started, we're going to go back and just double check. Yep, looks like all the gaskets are lined up properly on the feet. All of the grommets are in place. So now we can go ahead and finish tightening this back to factory torque specs. All right, we have all of these installed. Now we'll move on to the other side, and it's the exact same as the driver's side. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those in the comment section below. you can contact us at bjsoffroad.com. And thanks for watching, and make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks.